Hello dear students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 12, Exponents and Powers. We have already learnt about it in the lesson squares and square root, and also we have learned in cubes and cube roots. Okay. Now what is exponents, or what do you mean by exponential form? When we multiply a number by itself repeatedly, we can write that product in a short form which is called exponential form. When we learn squares, we learn that 2 multiplied by 2. That is, when a number is multiplied by itself 2 times, then it is called the square. And when it is multiplied repeatedly 3 times, it is called cube. Similarly, when we multiply a number by itself many number of times, the product can be written as the number multiplied by as the base, and the number of times it is repeatedly multiplied as the exponent. So, what is exponential form? Exponential form is the short way, or it is a method of writing the product of a number by itself when multiplied repeatedly. Okay. So, what is exponential form? It is the representation of the product of a number by itself repeatedly when multiplied repeatedly. So, the number which is multiplied by itself is called the base, and the number of time it is repeatedly multiplied is called its exponent. Exponents are also called power or index. Let us see an example. If you multiply 2 repeatedly by itself 5 times, we write the product in the short form as 2 raised to 5. How will you read it? This is read as 2 raised to the power 5, or it is in short form we call it as 2 raised to 5. Here 2 is the base which is multiplied repeatedly. Now how many times it is multiplied? 5 times. So 5 is the exponent or power or index. Now if you take in general any number, you take a multiplied n times. Okay. It is written as a raised to n. So a raised to n is the exponential form of a multiplied by a n times. Here n is called the power or exponent or index, and a is called the base. So what is exponential form? Exponential form is the short form of writing the product of a number repeatedly by itself. Now let us see powers with negative exponents. You see, here there is a power given 2 multiplied by itself 4 times. So how will you write it in exponential form? 2 raised to 4. Now when this product is divided by 2, so 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 divided by 2, you know 1 2 get cancelled. So what will happen to the exponent? It will reduce. So it will become 2 raised to 3. Again, when the 2 raised to 3 is divided by 2, again one more time it gets reduced. So it will become 2 raised to 2. Continue dividing by the same base. That is 2 raised to 2 divided by 2. It will become 2 raised to 1. And usually when the power is 1, we don't write. When the power is 1, we ignore it. We don't write it. Okay. Now when 2 raised to 1, that is 2 is divided by 2, we get, according to this rule, what should we get? See here, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then what you should get? 0. So 2 raised to 0 is 1. 2 upon 2 is 1. Okay. So whenever the power is 0, or when the exponent is 0, the value of the power will be 1. Now, when you divide this 1 again by 2, we are continuing the same process. Okay, when we continue the process, we know the power or the exponent gets decreased. Here it is 0. So what will be the next one? It is 2 raised to minus 1. You see 1 upon 2. That is 1 upon 2 raised to 1 is 2 raised to minus 1. Continue dividing. 1 upon 2 divided by 2. That is 1 upon 2 into 2 is 1 upon 2 raised to 2. That is 2 raised to minus 2. Again by 2 when you divide it become 1 upon 2 raised to 3 which is 2 raised to minus 3. And if it is 4 times it become 1 upon 2 raised to 4 which is 2 raised to minus 4. That means whenever the power is negative, what happens to the base here? It becomes the reciprocal. What will happen when the power is negative? The base, if you want to keep it or convert it into positive, what you have to do? Write its reciprocal with the positive power. So in general, if we take any number a raised to minus n, how will you write it with positive power? 1 upon a raised to n. Because it is 1, you can also write 1 upon a whole raised to n. The reason is 1 if you multiply any number of times, the value will be always 1. So here a raised to minus n is 1 upon a raised to plus n or a raised to n or 1 upon a whole raised to n. Now let us see some examples. You see here 3 raised to minus 5. How will you write it? 3 raised to minus will be, see the base will become its reciprocal. That is 3 will become 1 upon 3 with power will become positive. Instead of minus 5 it will become plus 5. Similarly here 8 will become 1 upon 8 and minus 2 will turn into plus 2. So what will be 7 raised to minus 6? Yes, it will be 1 upon 7 whole raised to 6. How to read it? 1 upon 7 whole raised to 6. So 5 raised to minus 3 will be 1 upon 5 whole raised to 3. Similarly, 6 raised to minus 4 will be 1 upon 6 whole raised to 4. Okay, now you know how to turn a negative exponent into positive. That's all for today. In the next class, we will do some more applications of this exponents. Thank you.